Okay, this one's going to be super quick. So I'm going to run through the 3R follow-up method, essentially getting more business from past clients, right? So it's the fastest way that I know to get leads, get prospects into sales calls and into referrals and repeat business possible, really. So ignoring marketing and getting new clients, the easiest and fastest way you're going to do this is basically getting back into past leads and past clients. Far too often people don't actually go back to people that they've spoken with before, but they're going to be the warmest, especially past clients that have been happy with your work and everything. And what we want to do is essentially we want to go through with 3 things that we want to approach with, so that it's not just putting your cap out and asking for help, but instead going back to people and covering off a couple of bases. So first thing just wanted to cover off is we want to make sure that we don't just email people, because email gets ignored. Nobody wants to answer their emails. If you looked at my email inbox, you'd be shocked at how many emails there are, as I'm sure yours is the same. So instead, what we want to do is call, right? Picking up the phone and calling someone's always the fastest way to get money. Now, what we're going to do is making sure that we call people, we're trying to build a connection with them. It also gets immediate feedback on the way that you're presenting it, so that you can repitch, the next person or approach the next person and improve upon it. Now, what we want to do as far as when to call and everything else, you can basically do this, 3 to 6 months after a project. You could do it after many years. It really doesn't matter too much about when you approach back. Ideally starting with the best clients, the ones that have been most happy with you, and then work your way down. But you can do this sort of at any point throughout the year to fill in slow patches, to just keep bumping back up the pipeline. And, do this often as well. So go back to people that you've spoken with, and you can do this once a year. You could do it even shorter than that. But basically the framework is that we want to cover off is 3 things: repeat work, getting reviews, and getting referrals. Okay. So when you approach people, as far as past clients go, okay, so 2 lists, remember, past clients and also past leads or prospects that you've spoken with. So talking about past clients here, we want to go back to them and ask them, hey, just checking in, Cameron here from XYZ Construction. How's everything going with the project we did? Did you enjoy? How's the renovation? Is that extension working well for you guys still? Awesome, great. Hey, is there anything else you needed us to look at, right? And this is where you're asking them for repeat work. So quite often there'll be people who may want to do something different, whether it's small, whether it's something in and around what they've had already, maybe that they didn't have budget for it at the time. But perfect way to look at repeat work from the people that are most likely to give you money. Okay, so that's number 1. The second one is, whether they have repeat work or not, is making use of the time that you've got a hold of them. And if you haven't already, as most people haven't, is get a review from them. Okay, so reviews are really important for helping the sales process, also really important for getting found online. But hey, awesome, thanks for that, cool, glad that you're happy with it. Would you mind, one of the best ways that we get work is through word of mouth, and one of the best ways we do that is by having reviews of people that have done work with us before. Would you mind leaving us a 2-minute review on our Google page? Most of the time people aren't going to say no to that, but the key with this one is to quickly send them a follow-up through so that they can do it very quickly after you've asked. And then if they haven't done it, just bumping it or reminding it the next day so that it's fresh in their mind. But really, really good way to build out your reviews. So that's the difference of someone, if we were to look this up online, anyone, type in, for example, home builder near me. If someone's looking for a builder, then they're going to come up with ads, but then the top 3 here we've got showing up in the map pack are all based off of reviews. So 5 reviews, 8 reviews, 13. It's going to be really easy to get more than those people just by going through this process. Okay? Now, cool, yes, going to give us a review, awesome. Now, just last thing, would you know anyone else considering a remodel, considering building, considering a new kitchen, whatever it is? Going after those people who have had a good experience with you before, or even a mildly okay experience, to be honest. They just know that you're competent, and most people are happy to give a referral if they know someone who is happy to. So you could potentially get 1, 2, 3, 4 referrals from this person, and if they do give you someone, ask them for another. Oh, awesome, thanks so much. Do you know anyone else? And if they give you that one, so cool, really appreciate this. Do you know anyone else? Okay, and so this one here is obviously about expanding the customer base. Now, if you do get the name of that person, write it down, obviously, and then you can come back to them for the details if they don't have it on them. But even better than that is, would you mind introducing us in a 3-way text? right? And that way, or an email or whatever else, it gets them to give you a warm intro rather than you reaching out of the blue and saying, hey, would you mind doing some work? We did it for Johnny. Okay, so this is the 3R follow-up method: repeat work, reviews, and referrals. Really, really straightforward, really, really effective, cool script you can go back to people on. You know, ideally this always comes from the business owner, but can be outsourced as well if you wanted to, but you'll get the best success rate from that way there. Just a couple of notes in here. Make sure that you're not having a bad day, that you go out to people at a happy time. You want to give off positive energy when you call them so that they're most likely to respond. Okay, and there's a full script that I've got down here. If you want it, feel free to chuck a comment or shoot me an email, Cameron@contractorscale.com. Happy to shoot this over. Basically fill in the blanks, go through, grab a list of people that you've spoken with before, and you can rip into it. So hopefully that's helpful. Really good way to get a really quick influx of projects through the door. And that's it for now.